Hey everyone, I just played through the early access for Titan Quest 2 and I wanted to share my thoughts. Keep in mind this is the early access, so much of the game is still unavailable. I went in blind. I didn't watch any reviews or gameplay except for a quick clip of somebody using Whirlwind. For context, my ARPG background is mostly in live service games like Path of Exile, Last Epoch, and Diablo 4, and this isn't a live service game. While expansions are planned, there are no seasonal resets. So personally, I likely jump back in with each new expansion, but it's not something I expect to play consistently. It's also worth noting the game is only $30 USD and currently has a 20% launch discount. Character progression is straightforward. Early on, you pick 2 of 4 available masteries, so 6 combinations in total right now. More masteries may be added later, but once selected, you gain access to the skills from those masteries. Instead of a traditional skill tree with linked nodes, you earn 3 types of points: active points, passive points, and divinity points. Active points go into active skills, passive points into passive skills. Divinity points unlock higher tiers in each mastery. For example, row 1 is unlocked by default, row 2 requires 6 divinity points, and row 3 requires 18. The fourth row isn't available yet. You can respec at any time, so unlocking row 2 lets you immediately shift all your points to focus on those skills without needing to invest any in row 1 if you don't want. Each skill has modifiers that you unlock by investing points. Active skills cap at 10 modifier points with 17 points invested. Some modifiers do use multiple slots or have prerequisites. Passive skills are a little simpler, giving you the choice of 2 out of 3 or so at max investment. Changing modifiers is free, while respecing skills costs gold, but not too much, so experimentation is encouraged. There are 4 primary attributes and 3 secondary ones. You can only assign points to the primary attributes, but they influence the adjacent secondary ones. And attributes affect what gear you can equip and how some skills scale. Like with most ARPGs, gear is important. Gear comes in the classic rarities, with higher rarities giving more stats. You'll want to prioritize the stats that support your specific build. There are some item level requirements, and there are stat requirements for most gear, so your attribute distribution is meaningful beyond just skill scaling. In my experience, the loot is decent, but a bit inconsistent. Chests, especially hidden or side path ones, often reward better gear than the mobs. This can skew gameplay a bit, encourage you to prioritize looting over fighting. Currently, there's a crafting tab in the inventory, but crafting hasn't been implemented yet. It will be interesting to see how that influences gear progression, whether it's targeted crafting or more RNG based. Vendors and the gambler are present, and the gambler lets you roll for random gear. While it's a hit and miss, it can be worth the gold if you're struggling for upgrades. Just don't expect miracles. I'd like to see improvements to mob loot drops, especially for gold. Right now, farming mobs can feel unrewarding compared to running past them and just cracking open chests. The story is decent, and the side quests are usually worth doing. That said, some side quests rewards feel underwhelming. Random loot rolls might need a floor to guarantee better than average rewards. Exploration is well rewarded. Hidden chests and optional bosses offer great loot. I'd love a map overlay, but its absence didn't ruin the experience. It feels like a deliberate design choice. Boss fights are fair but challenging. You can refight some bosses for a gold fee, but the rewards often don't justify the cost. The first time I fought some bosses, I got 8 or more rares, and refighting them, I wasn't even guaranteed 1. You're probably better off spending that gold at the gambler for better loot. The gameplay overall is smooth. Occasionally, enemies don't react properly to big hits. Some better feedback or hit response would improve the experience. There is currently no end game, so once you've completed the campaign, there's not much else to do. You can visit an altar to increase the level of the enemies with 3 options. One lets you offset the enemy level by either -5 to +5, anywhere in there. And one ensures the enemies are at least your level and then modified by that offset. And one respawns all the mobs and minor chests. That means if you're level 20 and you have a +3 offset with the second, when you enable the second option, all enemies will be at least level 23 unless they spawn naturally higher than level 20, then they will get their +3. I only ran into 2 bugs. I had a minor visual glitch where a portal rendered under a river, and I had 1 crash, which is not too bad for early access. Overall, I think the game is off to a solid start. There's not a ton of content yet, but if they continue to expand and make a few balance tweaks, it's absolutely worth the price in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did I miss anything? Did you find a cool mastery combo? And if you want to see more, catch me live on Twitch. The link will be in the description. Have a good one.